Wow, welcome to the election night special. This is the Beach Brothers show. I'm Seko Varner. Below me is the good brother, my comrade, Conrad.
How you doing?
And below Conrad is the good brother from another mother and father, brother Jose Cruz. So Conrad loves Virginia Beach so much that he's running for city council. That's crazy, right? And Jose is the insurance man. I'm Seko Varner, your local entertainer and serial entrepreneur. And tonight, as you can see on our screen, we have a take two.
Yeah.
We have a young lady who's running for a great seat in Chesapeake. And so we decided to bring her back on. So this is our election night special, and we're honored. Brother Conrad, I hand the reins over to you.
I really like the fact that we're having an election night eve special. We're getting more and more important people in, especially on important nights like tonight going into tomorrow. And I'm glad we can have on Chesapeake City Council candidate Commissioner Sharon Johnson-Clayton yet again. Last time we began discussing Virginia business and Virginia politics, noting how Commissioner Sharon blends both. And we shall not forget her graduating from Norview in Norfolk State. And we definitely want to highlight that she owns Eddie's Chesapeake Bay Craft House in Chesapeake on 2592 Campusella Road. Since technical difficulties hampered us last time, I say we go straight to where we left off.
Okay.
And for Virginia Beach Municipal Center's mass shooting last year, Chesapeake had a mass shooting in Holly Cove. Community activism resulted. We at the Beach Brothers would like your thoughts, both on firearms, Holly Cove as a community, and how you might wish to help community activism as a city council member in Chesapeake.
Well, thank you guys for having a take two for me. I'm excited. It's election night eve, and I appreciate this opportunity once again. And like you said, we're just going to pick up where we left off. Well, I believe in the Second Amendment. So, and I'm small business. So, you know, a lot of times we have to be protective of our own because we don't have the money and finances to, you know, to hire and have all the equipment you may need to have, you know, extensive cameras or security. So I'm definitely a proponent, for the Second Amendment right to bear arms. And I also believe that you should have a background check. That would be one of my main concerns, and mental health would be a concern. However, I do believe in the right to bear arms. And when we're looking at these mass shootings, like you said, it just sickened my heart when it happened to Virginia Beach, and of course when it also happened here in Chesapeake. But I'm comforted in knowing that the city of Chesapeake, we're one of the highest ranked as far as safety. And one of the things I had planned to do, and I'm going to do with the chief of police, is do a ride along, because I want to know where the ins and outs, the little pitfalls and pit holes, where there's high crime, where there's no crime. I want to know the city from a policeman's point of view, because what we always take is from the citizens' point of view. But we have to realize the police, they're on high alert. So when you make a call or when there's a mass shooting, there are things that they may have to do, and they may not even have ever experienced it before. So I think when the Holly Cove incident happened, I think they handled it properly, but I think we need more training. I think we need more community. In Chesapeake, we have community police precincts, which I love, because I kind of know in South Norfolk, I know my police officers. I give them free crabs, or I give them a soda when they're out and they sit in my parking lot. So a lot of times, and they know the citizens, I can say such and such did something, they say, oh, I know where they live. So that's important, because when you have that camaraderie between the citizens and the police officers, then they don't look at them as fear. I call all police officer friendly, because if you remember growing up in school, when we had policemen, we called them officer friendly, and you need to disarm that stigma of them being against you and let them be for you. That's what I taught my son, who's African American, and every time he's been pulled over for doing wrong, we haven't had an incident because he disarms the police by respecting them, making sure he's following the first time given directions, because that's what you learn in school. And I think with the mass shootings going on, we just need more training and more people involved in the citizens as well as the city council. We need to get everybody always meeting and discussing so many times a year so that we can make sure our city continues to stay safe. You're on mute. Somebody's on mute.
That would have been me.
Okay.
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 Commissioner Sharon,
Yes.
I'll note a study out of Harvard printed in the New York Times. It found the strongest variable with upward economic mobility is efficient public transportation. We at the Beach Brothers envision a revamped HRT bus system, and you are possibly going to be a Chesapeake leader. Will a much better bus system pay off with economic dividends in Chesapeake?
Yes, it would. And public transit, we had gotten away for a few years, about 10 years ago. We thought we were done with public transportation, if you think about it. And HRT, they were going out of business. And now, fast forward, everybody wants to ride the HRT. You could put your bike up there. It's just efficient. It's cheaper. And I think and they expanded it to Chesapeake, because for a long time, we didn't have a lot of public transportation. And the other thing I think we need is the light rail. Had I been in city council years ago, we would all have light rail right now, because Virginia Beach needed, Chesapeake needed. We need to work together as a Hampton Road 757. And that would allow people to earn a good wage in all the cities and be able to cheaply go back to their homes at the end of the day or the end of their shift. And it would cut down on a lot of the traffic. And a lot of the toll money we're spending within the cities. So I love the fact that we have public transportation. I love the fact that it's picked up and it didn't go out of business, because a few years ago it was on the chopping block, if you all will remember. And now riding their bikes and all the portable transportation. That's because people are looking for something more healthy, and that helps you get you exercise. If you could ride to work and then get off and get on the bus. Plus, it's cheaper. So, and it's safe, because the chances of you being something happening on the bus or on light rail is minimum compared to driving in your car.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Great. All right. So, Commissioner, your business and revitalization experience is letting you know what COVID is doing to the city of Chesapeake. So the city already has pledged to cut tens of millions from the budget.
29 million. And that's why we need people in place that are going to go action line, and see what can be saved, because we know we need to reward our teachers and our first responders and the people who are out here saving our lives right now, and the people who are going to have to protect our children. So we don't want to cut that. But the problem with Chesapeake is we don't have any other income other than the citizens. We don't bring anybody in for entertainment. We don't have anything for anybody to do. So they have to tax the people who are here, the people who work here, and the people who live here. So I'm a proponent of getting entertainment in so that we can have more money to pay people, because we know some things are going to have to be cut. But we have parks. We could have a swimming pool over in Greenbrier with all those hotels that have AAU. We could have baseball events over there by the Dismal Swamp. That's a big baseball field. And the stuff we already have. We already have the space. We already have the hotel. But we don't have anybody willing to take that next step, because for so long in Chesapeake, it's been, we're going to live here. We want the best city, we want the prettiest city, but we don't want anybody visiting the city. We only want us living here. We have to get away from that. We need people visiting Chesapeake, just like we have to visit Norfolk, Virginia Beach, and Portsmouth, so that we can have the things we need. We have to pay for graduations. We have to pay for everything. We have to go to Norfolk for our students to graduate in Chesapeake. That's crazy. When we have a facility that will house all of that, and it wouldn't cost that much.
Well, in addition to the things you just said, would you also commit yourself to defending core city functions like the schools? I'm very passionate about the schools.
Well, I'm from a family of educators and entrepreneurs. So I'm
Mhm.
passionate about education. My sister has been teaching 44 years at Ruffner Middle School. She spent 32 years there. So that tells you we're in the city. My brother's the principal, Woodrow Wilson. He's the
Yes, he
top
is.
principal
Good
in the
man.
whole
Good
area.
man.
He's the most tenured principal throughout Hampton Roads. So no, we can't cut the schools because, and I have to tell people I want them secure because I'm just like anybody else. When TV comes on the news and they say a shooting, my heart beats for my family just like the children and the teachers who work in there. So I am a proponent of teacher pay staying the same, but we're gonna have to cut and we have to bring revenue to this city. We have to. And the COVID has shined the light on it because now all the restaurants are going
Mhm.
out of business. You know, it shined the light on when we don't want anybody here but us. That becomes a problem because now when we get back up and running and people don't, we don't have any reason to come to Chesapeake other than to live.
Hmm.
And it's a beautiful city. We have things you can do, but we have to, environmental, we have to have people come here and visit our city and spend money here.
Intriguing. Intriguing. We have to have people come to Chesapeake and spend money here. Wow.
Right.
It sounds like you have a really strong economic plan and a really strong economic vision for the enhancement of your city. How did that come about? Is that because of your experience as a business person? How did that come about?
Well, because we're the oldest restaurant in Chesapeake. So every day I live with the fact that people come from all over the world to come to Eddie's Crab House in Chesapeake. And so that doesn't go unnoticed on me. So when people say, are you open Christmas? Are you open Thanksgiving? I have to be open because the people are coming. They may only come Mother's Day. They may only come Christmas or Thanksgiving. And that lets me know that we have to be open to other people coming to town because without my people who come from all over the world, I wouldn't be able to make it here just with Chesapeake citizens buying crab. So I know that it's the same thing for everybody else. We don't have any reason for people to come here other than the crab house. People get off the plane, they come straight to the crab house. Well, if we had some activities, they may would come here. They could have shows, live bands in the summer, just like we go to Norfolk and Virginia Beach, fireworks. I mean, we don't hardly have anything other than the May Jubilee. That's it. That's what we're known for.
Okay. Brother Conrad.
Well, here at the Beach Feather Show, we try to get a lot of individuals who are running for the 19th elections. We wanted them to discuss themselves and their candidacies. That's why we're glad that we have on Commissioner Sharon tonight for our second time. And we couldn't get on due to time crunches was Rochelle Wallace, a candidate for Hampton's mayor position. And I'm intrigued by her Hampton First agenda. A Hampton First respondent for decades, she has wellness of the city's citizens at heart. She wants the work environment and mental health of first responders to invest in Hampton's SWAM businesses, something of great importance to this show's community in the business field. Wants to grow the resources of Hampton Community Centers for families and wants to fully fund Hampton City Schools even in the face of COVID budget crunches with competitive teacher pay and direct communication. And personally, I like when activists want to run for office because they'll push for things to improve a little faster. That's why I want to give a shout out to Rochelle Wallace in Hampton for mayor, and also a shout out to 1029 Barbershop, C4 and Infinity Sounds, three significant Hampton businesses. And I have a follow-up question for Commissioner Sharon. I'm running for Rose Hall seat in Virginia Beach City Council, and my paramount issue is flooding mitigation. To fix it, I know I will need help from Richmond and DC, and I want to know if we can fight that together. Is flooding a large concern of yours, and may we fight as Southside municipal advocates for flooding fixing?
Well, we always want to be on the forefront of issues like flooding because although we may not have a substantial problem here in Chesapeake right now, in certain areas, I know over in South Norfolk there's a few areas that may flood, but overall, thankfully we don't have that typical issue. But like you said, how Virginia Beach goes and how Chesapeake goes and how Norfolk goes, we all benefit, because you don't want to get the stigma of Hampton Road. It floods down there. They don't name one city. They name all the cities. When they say 757 and they say Hampton Roads, they mean all of us. That's why when I'm sitting on city council, I'm going to try to reach across city lines and bring people in. And I may help you with flooding, and you may help me get on with something in the water. But seriously, we have to work together as the 757, because we've tried being independent and it's cost all of our cities a lot of revenue. So that's why I say we have to work together on things that may not be pertinent to our city as a whole, but city, nation, Hampton Roads wide is to our benefit for Norfolk not to flood, because people won't come to the restaurant on those days that it's raining, or Virginia Beach. So we have to work together and see the economic benefit for everybody.
Okay. You mentioned that Chesapeake has a lot of resources, but they aren't communicated well. How is your staff, your platform going to change the communication style of Chesapeake?
Well, I plan to, like I have been doing the past 2 years, and the 2.5 years I've been on the Commission of Revitalization, to listen to our citizens. We have an issue coming up with casino, but no one has asked the citizens. Everybody has an opinion, but you have to ask the citizens what they want. And I plan to do a lot of listening and carrying their concerns of my constituents to city council, and making a good judgment based on what I feel is best for the majority of the people, not for one group or one such group that has always been this way. So that's the way we do it. We have to get out of the "it's always been this way" attitude.
Okay. Good. Well, one of my passions is education. So, community fixing begins with the student sup, and the school to prison pipeline is something that all of us are looking to fix. So do you wish to help Chesapeake schools along with others in this important advocacy area?
Well, we're number 2 as far as in the state of Virginia. We're, if not tied with Virginia Beach, a lot of the times we run neck and neck as far as success. We're number 2. And my thing is, although all the schools are accredited here in Chesapeake, we know that everybody doesn't get the same thing. So the resources, I think you should get hazard pay if you're in a school area, a school that is low performing. Not only should the teacher get hazard pay, but the bus driver should get hazard pay. The people cleaning up the school should get hazard pay, because they're all trying to help these children be successful. So you want to make sure people the good teachers want to come down and help the low learning schools or the low learning students. And how do you do that? Because just because a teacher is good at Hickory, she may not be able to relate down here at Indian River or Oscar Smith. So you can't just put anybody anywhere and think they can still have the same results. So we have to get the teachers who are like the students that they are teaching, and to make sure they are rewarded as the school get better grades, than the teachers and everybody involved, the principal, the administrator should get, increases, not just teachers. I want the bus drivers who have to bring those kids to school, they should get extra money. And that way everything would be fair, because you'll get people who want to drive the buses. Because you see on the news all the time, oh, the bus driver did something wrong. When you say, well, how much do they make? $9 an hour, $10 an hour. What are you expecting out of a $9 an hour person when you're not paying them enough? So you can't get quality people to drive our children. They're our prime. That's the only thing we have is our family. So you want to pay them for getting your children to school safely. That's important, because if they don't make it there, they can't learn.
Interesting. How are teachers responding to this type of platform? Are you getting support from the Chesapeake teachers? I know it's kind of challenging during this quarantine time to really get a pulse.
No, I have been out for, like I said, 2 years talking with the community. I went to the parades, and I've talked to teachers and educators all over this city. And they all feel that, like you said, the special ed teachers or the aides should get a raise. Everybody should be rewarded for the success of Chesapeake schools. And that would make teachers want to come here because, and the quality of living, having things for these young families and young teachers to do, because they bring their family and they relocate, and it's nothing for them to do on the weekends or to do with their family during the week or on holidays. They have to leave the town. So the teachers are receptive of everybody because they want the best people helping them in their school system. The security guards, security. You want the best. You don't want one person. You want everybody to be the best. It's a team. Running a school is a team effort. It's not one person, it's everybody. And running a school district is everybody. So we want to reward all the good teachers, all the good administrators, and all the people who work and on the front line for our kids.
Jose is a really heavy business person.
Okay.
How friendly is your platform to business people like Jose who want to scale their businesses in the city of Chesapeake? So if Jose came up to you, what can you say to Jose that will let him know that you're really on the side of business?
I would say, Jose, did you know we have initiatives and we have ways that you could get tax breaks if you bring your business here to Chesapeake, particularly in South Norfolk. People don't know that you can get incentives for moving here and bringing your business here. A lot of times you don't know, so why not send out packages? That's what I had encouraged as a commissioner. Send out packages to small businesses and let them know, hey, if you come and move here and bring your small restaurant or your small business to this area, which we're trying to implement something of like Norfolk and Virginia Beach, a shopping district, then we will reward you and, probate your taxes of some kind or let you come in and not pay for a certain amount of years. That's an incentive. So we do have that, but people don't know about it.
Wow. Jose, does that sound attractive to you?
That sounds pretty attractive. I mean, quite actually, I didn't know, I wasn't aware of any of this that she said. And I mean, a concept like that, like she's talking about a welcome package, that tells a small business owner before they even get into the city what the city's about, what the city's gonna offer them for bringing their business there, and how they can work together. I think it'll be great. It'll be beneficial.
And I also, as a commissioner, I've asked them to start putting out where you announce the new business and give them a month of advertising free on the city's websites so that people can get up and going. Because a lot of times you start a business and guess what? You end up with no money to advertise. And everybody knows that a man who stopped advertising to save money is like a man who tries to stop a clock to save time. You have to be able to advertise.
I like that.
To advertise. So those are the things that are in place that I will continue to work as city council, like I have been doing as commissioner.
Interesting.
Thank you.
Brother Conrad, you've studied politicians very heavily. So when you hear this type of platform, what do you think politically? Is Chesapeake ready for this?
It should be more than ready. In fact, it should be embracing. I think it's been slightly touched on that Chesapeake needs to be a place that is gone to for more than like one particular event a year. It needs to be thought of just as greatly in someone's mind about the 757 as Virginia Beach or Norfolk is. So how do you do that? You got to embrace very friendly policies for something that might bring in a lot more businesses too.
Right.
Because then there'll be more things to do and more people to embrace the city of Chesapeake. And you're going to need politicians who want that idea because they can help generate the environment for it.
Thank you, Conrad.
Intriguing. Now, I'm a business person as well, so I'm always interested in how people are going to approach business. So you mentioned in the chat that many people don't know that Cox in Chesapeake was offering free advertisement to small auto dealers to help during the pandemic. How do you stay on the pulse of this type of information? Because I don't see as many of our seated officials, our seated servants, with this level of information. Or am I missing the boat? Am I missing the boat, Conrad? You know what? How Miss Johnson-Clayton? How are you staying in contact and in touch with these businesses?
Well, like I said, believe it or not, just being here in my small business, I meet a lot of people. I liken myself to the bartender in the restaurant. People come to me with all types of ideas and let me know what's going on in the city. And a lot of times with me being on the commission, and I go out and I meet people, I attend events, because to whom much is given, much is required. So I get offered to go out to so many events in the city and to represent the city, or to golf tournaments. If I went to every golf tournament that I get invited to, because I do play golf, then you all would think I'm, like I said, you all would think I'm Trump. You know what I mean? So that's how you learn. You learn what's going on because you're out amongst the people, is my point. You're out amongst the people.
Interesting. So you listen to people, you're not just ceremonial. Interesting.
No.
Interesting. Okay. Well, hey, you're watching the Beach Brothers show. I'm Seko Varner here with Comrade Conrad and Jose Cruz. Today, we have Sharon Johnson-Clayton, who's here with us today. If you have any questions, we have a few minutes left, and I want to make sure that anyone watching can ask a question. She's been very receptive. She's been giving us some great information. How are you doing against your competitors? I know it's kind of hard to determine during our closure, but are you have any gauge on how the community is responding to you?
Well, my campaign manager, Sharon Berry, and I were just discussing. We don't know. We feel good one day because people coming. I voted. What we just saw on the news, which I knew, that they have announced that it's record turnout already. Record turnout in the pandemic. In this COVID environment, we have record turnout. They've requested more ballots, absentee ballots, than they did in the presidential election. So we're excited. I think, with record turnout, you know what that means? It looks good for the people who are trying to get in, because that means people want change. And that's what I'm hoping tomorrow, to hear that people are excited about my platform, excited about me, the crab lady, representing the whole city. And I'm hoping to have good news tomorrow to come back on your show as a councilwoman elect, the third African-American woman to sit on city council in Chesapeake.
The crab lady. Yo, that's hilarious. The crab lady. All right, so wow.
That's what's on the ballot.
Wow.
Because people don't know my name because they just call me the crab lady, and I answer. Because that's how I make my money. So I don't have a problem with it. So now on the ballot is Sharon Crab Lady Johnson-Clayton.
Wow. Nice.
All right. So wow, well, the Beach Brothers really thank you for coming on the show. Jose, any last words?
Just want to thank you for your time, Commissioner. I mean, that response was great. I found out something new about Chesapeake that I didn't know. So it was awesome. And before we sign off, I just want to throw a little shout out to a business in Virginia Beach, Cinema Cafe. It's off of Independence Boulevard. Awesome place. I mean, I know we can't go to movies right now, but it's an awesome place to pick up some food, and they're still doing takeout. Their chicken tenders are second to none.
Well, they're second to none because we have the best chicken tenders, but
Well, then I'm gonna have to come to the Crab House and check them out. That sounded like a challenge right now.
Hey, you've tried the rest. Now you're ready to try the best.
Don't call out my stomach on the online, because I go.
All right, Commissioner. Right. See you later, Commissioner Crab Lady.
We're gonna have a celebration party at her.
The Commissioner Crab Lady.
Party.
There you go. That's a victory party. Seafood all around.
All right. Well, look. Hey, you know what? This has been the Beach Brothers Show. This guy right here is the insurance man. So if you have some insurance investment needs, contact this guy right here, Jose Cruz. Virginia Beach, take a really strong looking and a really deep look into my comrade, Conrad. He has some interesting things he wants to do in the city of Virginia Beach. We're the Beach Brothers. You know, we're focused on Virginia business and primarily Virginia politics. We want to make sure that our state, our beautiful state of Virginia, is a better place. You're a part of that. Keep watching, keep leaving comments, share this video, subscribe to the page, and we thank you. And we're out. Keep it.
Thank you.
Thank you. Have a good night.